Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Touchdown Talk Podcast, episode 8. Today, I am, today and every day, I am Ryan. My name never changes, but I am joined today by Anthony and Evan, as always,
What
my two
up?
wonderful
What's up?
co-hosts.
What's up?
And today, we are going to be doing a rundown of the NBA playoffs, just recapping the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, and doing a little preview of the NBA Finals. Obviously, in the East, we have the Pacers triumphing over the New York Knicks and advancing to their first finals since, I want to say, 2000 or something like that. And then you have the New York Knicks, or sorry, not the Knicks, I'm so stupid. You got the Oklahoma City Thunder advancing in the West, and for the first time ever, maybe.
To the finals?
No, I
Did
don't
they
think
make it?
so.
Did they make it when they had KD and Russ and all them? They never made it,
Were
I
you
didn't think.
sure?
Either
I thought
way,
they did.
either way, whichever team wins, it'll be their first time winning.
The Sonics did it in like 74.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if you want to call it all the way back to then, if they are considered the same team,
technically that franchise has won, but not.
OKC did go to the finals against the Miami Heat.
Okay. Oh, LeBron. Okay.
Correct. Anthony's out looking up.
Yes, it was against the Heat, the NBA Finals, right?
They lost like 4-1, 4-2.
Yeah, in 2012.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 4-1 is what they lost by.
All right. Yeah. So I guess they have been, but definitely not that, whatever that season was. I don't remember fully, but couldn't have been as historic as a season as this one for the Thunder. They just really are historically amazing, defensively, offensively, just all around the board. You watch them play and you're like, oh my God, this team is just insane. So obviously they go into it as the favorites to win over Indiana, but Indiana has been playing really great team basketball, I feel like.
For sure.
So just, even from the very beginning against the Bucks, it felt like team basketball was the thing that really set them apart. And then they played an insane series against the Cavaliers, knocking off probably the favorite. If not the Celtics, then the Cavs would have been the favorite to come out of the East. Knocked them off, and then a really strong Knicks team also knocked off. So Indiana has had this little underdog story too. So it would only make sense that, they beat OKC if they end up pulling it out. But I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think that Indiana has any chance of pulling off the upset against the OKC Thunder? What do you think, Evan?
I personally don't think so. I think this Thunder team is just too good. Again, I will never call for a sweep in the NBA Finals because these teams made it all this way. But I think Thunder win this in 5 or 6, personally.
Tony, what do you think? With the fresh cut.
Thank you. I think that the Thunder or the Pacers absolutely have no chance to win. Ooh. I am even going to go as far to say that, honestly, I do think it will be a sweep. I really do. I just feel like the Thunder are so, leagues ahead of them. I know the Pacers have been playing well, but when you just look at this Thunder team and even the West, I feel like the West is so much more tough than the East nowadays. So I don't know. I just can't see the Pacers putting up any kind of fight at all. I really can't.
Wow. That's a strong take. I mean, definitely I feel like I would probably side on I would err with a little bit of caution because the Pacers feel like a team that could definitely steal a game against the Thunder. I don't know. I think I saw something today that the Thunder have a 75% chance of winning and the Pacers obviously have 25% chance, which is insane. I don't think it'll be a sweep. Definitely either way. I don't know. I kind of want to pick the Pacers just to be a underdog supporter because I really want to see it happen. I want to see it. I feel like realistically it won't, but you know what? Fuck it. I picked the Pacers. I think the Pacers are gonna win, man. I think
Wow.
Siakam's gonna block them.
What?
Wow.
I don't know. He's gonna block them like he's gonna block them. You know, like he's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
block.
Okay.
He's gonna block a shot. He's gonna have a big block in Game 5. It's gonna be 2-2, and he's gonna have a huge block in Game 5 to put them up 3-2, and then they're gonna close it out the next game. So the Pacers in 6.
Pacers
That's
in
my prediction.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Ryan, since we're still with you and you made the conclusion for Pacers in 6, who is your Finals MVP from the Pacers then?
Siakam. I think it'll be
Siakam's
Siakam
MVP.
again. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Because I think it'll be the same story as the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it'll be Halliburton will probably have a game or two where he goes off, and obviously his assists and his playmaking is super important for them, and it's obviously a pivotal. But Siakam being a consistent scorer and a insane defensive presence is, and just more consistency, I think, is what's gonna make him
Gotcha.
the MVP. And it's been that case. You know, it was the case last year with the Celtics too, that, you know, Tatum probably had better performances if you look at it, like if you just look at the games where he played well, but Jaylen Brown was more consistent through the whole thing. And you could say that exactly the same scenario in the Eastern Conference Finals with the Pacers against the Knicks. Is sure, Halliburton had an insane historic game 5, was it, that he had? Or
I'm
4,
not sure.
Game 4, I
No,
think.
I'm not sure.
But whatever, he had a crazy triple double. But then the game after that, he put up like 5 points or 6 points or something. So it's like you can't win the MVP playing like that, and I feel like that's gonna rear its ugly head again in the finals, and that's probably like their biggest vulnerability is inconsistency with their star player. And if they do lose, then that will be probably why I think that they'll lose. But I still think that they'll pull it out because they have guys around Halliburton that, you know, really are the engine behind the whole thing. And he doesn't need to put up 30 to have a big impact on the game.
Yeah, but real quick, this is the thing though. I feel like the Thunder are that same exact way, except maybe like 100 times better. Like Shea does not need to go out there
100
and
times.
score. Yeah, dude, like their whole team is just like they just play so well. Like it doesn't matter if Shea is fucking puts up like less than 10 or over 30. Like it really does not matter.
I get what you're saying.
Like
Yeah,
just
for sure.
they're just so deep.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna piggyback off what Anthony said. Like, even though if Shea puts up 15, okay, that's obviously not a great game from Shea putting up 15. But then you have Chet Holmgren who can score. You have J Will and J Dub, 2 different people, who can also both score. You have, shout out to my little captain here, Lou Dort, who's filthy on defense. Filthy on defense.
Yeah.
And I think this Thunder team is going to run. I say run away with it. I say probably win it in 5 or 6. And I think when they get their wins, it's not going to be close. They're gonna lose a game or two, and they're going to be very close games. If they have like a bad shooting night or a bad night on defense, that kind of stuff happens where the teams just make their shots, and you're like, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I could definitely. I called for a sweep, but like obviously I could definitely see it going to 5 or 6. But anything past that, like I really just there's no way for me. I just don't see it going to 7, and I don't
Yeah.
see the Pacers winning it.
I definitely don't see it going to 7. And again, if it goes to 6, I'll be like, wow, Pacers put up a
Even
fight.
6 is a little surprising. Yeah.
Y'all have no belief. Y'all have no faith in the
Not-
underdogs.
I don't think
You're
it's
just
that I have no
talking.
belief. I think it's just the Thunder's just better.
You just have belief in the team that everybody else has belief in. Just the favorites, you know.
Okay.
It's just basic. It's okay though. It's all right. It's all right. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see. So
Well, we're
then,
gonna-
We shall.
well, let's turn the lens to the teams that have most recently lost in the Timberwolves and the Knicks. Like, what do you see for the future of those teams? And, you know, what kind of moves do you think that those teams have to make? Let's start with the Timberwolves, and we'll go to you, Tony. What do you think the Timberwolves need to do? I think they came out with a statement that they're going to look for did they say a superstar or a quote unquote superstar player to add to their lineup? Do you think they do that? And who do you think that is?
I'm not like to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure if adding another superstar is for them is the way to go. And even if they do, I honestly have no idea who it would be. I mean, who I don't know, like who can you really get right now that's like a big time superstar for them?
Well, I know that we were talking about Giannis a couple episodes ago about him getting traded somewhere or demanding release. And do you think it's at all possible for the Timberwolves to land Giannis?
Yeah, I would say he's if they are gonna land a superstar, he's probably one of the most likely ones. However, I don't know how much that helps your team, to be honest, because I feel like if you look at the way the Thunder and even the Pacers and like just lately how these really like dominant NBA teams are constructing their teams, I feel like you don't need like 2 or 3 superstars to be a title contender. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I get
Yeah, I
yeah, I
gotcha.
mean,
Makes sense.
not superstars, but you need
I don't
depth
know.
players.
Depth
Right.
players, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So here's my thing: is if let's say the T Wolves want to go for Giannis, right? Let's just say, looking at, I have their payroll pulled up currently in a little tab on the side.
Yep.
Rudy Gobert is making 43, 35, 36, and then 38. Then for the next 4 seasons. That's millions of dollars. That's millions, by the way,
Yep.
if you're curious. So they would have to move him. He's also 32.
Yep.
So I think they want to get rid of him as soon as possible.
I'd agree with that.
You want to try and sell high currently. And then you could even look to move DiVincenzo, who's making 11, 11, and then 12 over the next 3 years. About 35 million. But like that's really all they have for like decent pieces that I would want them to give up. Like Julius Randle's 30. He's making 33 and then 30 mil next year. Maybe Randle goes, maybe, but I don't see them making a move that makes sense for them. Like, yeah, you could trade 2 key pieces, but then you're back to just Anthony Edwards and say Giannis.
Yeah.
You're pretty much in the same spot you were.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I could see them trading Gobert and maybe like a younger player for a up and coming center or another power forward because they have this guy Naz Reid. I don't know if you've heard of him or not.
Oh,
Not too bad.
beast.
Not too bad at basketball.
Beast.
They also have Julius Randle still too for another 2 years possibly. So he has their 4 spot. So I think if anything, it would probably be a center that they're probably going to go for, or they would go for a guard. What does Jimmy McDaniels play? Does he play guard? No, he's a power forward. Never mind. So I think they probably need a 2 guard, if anything.
Yeah, someone to pair up with Edwards. Well, here's the thing I feel like with Gobert watching that
Mhm.
series or this playoffs with the Wolves, like Gobert is notoriously like terrible offensively. He's a great defender, great rim protector, great rebounder, but just can't, like, you can't give him the ball. There were multiple times where I watched them run a pick and roll and there's no roll. Like, he rolls, but they never pass him the ball because they don't feel like he's going to hold on to it or do anything with it once he gets it. But he's fucking massive. So
Yeah.
like swap Gobert out for I think of the Mavericks and I think of like a PJ Washington or a Daniel Gafford and how they with their like lob game and how they do that a lot, or they did that a lot last year on their finals run. Like, I would love to see Anthony Edwards get a pick and roll going with someone and be able to actually lob it up for an alley-oop instead of feeling like he can't pass it to Gobert and he has to look somewhere else. Like, it kind of it diminishes like the pick and roll that they run. So I agree that Gobert is probably a guy that needs to get shipped out. And especially with the, like you said, the money he's making is probably seems like a good time for him to get the boot.
Yeah, I think he'll be a casualty for that team, kind of trying to get him out of there and open up a little bit of money later on.
Yeah, for sure.
But
so what about the Knicks? What do you guys think about the Knicks? Evan, do you got any sort of diagnosis for the Knicks? You got their payroll pulled up?
give me a minute.
Typing. Hear the typing.
Sorry, I should have muted the mic on that one. So looking at theirs, geez. So they have 3 big contracts, obviously, with, if you can guess the top 3,
Brunson.
their top 3 players. Yep, Brunson.
Cat.
Yep.
Hart. Or
No.
OG. Or
OG.
probably OG or Bridges.
And they're all under 30. Karl Anthony Towns is 29.
Okay.
I don't like this payroll at all. Because you're front loaded in Cat, OG, and Brunson.
Yeah.
You're top heavy. And then it goes, Mikal Bridges making $48 million over his next 2 years. Over 2 years for him. And he's making 23 and then 24. Josh Hart for the next 4, making $58 million.
Holy shit. Mitchell
Robinson making 27 over 2 years. And then you have guys on little 3 and 4 year deals that are rookies, or, actually your boy PJ Tucker is on the Knicks, which I didn't know.
Whose boy is PJ Tucker?
You just said PJ Tucker, didn't you?
What?
You said Washington.
No. I was like, wait a minute. My boy PJ Tucker.
Stupid.
I don't know. I would not say he's my boy.
But
yeah, okay.
Like
go ahead. Yeah.
I think if they go to make a move for anyone, they're gonna have to trade either Cat, OG, or Bridges. They're not gonna move Brunson.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Or they move on from Mitchell Robinson. That's my other thought. But also, I don't know the pick situation.
Yeah.
Because Milwaukee, if they try and go for Giannis, Milwaukee's going to want picks. They're going to want a plethora of first and second round picks.
Yeah.
They're going to want the next 5 years. Is my guess.
And
Jesus.
To be honest, I don't think Giannis is worth that anymore. Because personally, I would rather keep the picks than trade them away for an aging kind of superstar. That's just my opinion, but
unless you're a team that's already right there and just needs one more piece to win it.
Yeah, which I don't think the Knicks are. Because this is
they got pretty damn close.
I think that the Knicks constructed their team too much to beat the Boston Celtics.
What do you mean by that?
They constructed their team around the fact that they had to get past Boston to win it all. but I feel like they did that, but now they're just so like I feel like they're so far behind a bunch of other teams if they really want to be a title contender.
Mm.
So, Anthony, I agree with you on that because the Celtics. So, looking at the Knicks team compared to the Celtics team, right? The Celtics don't have two good bigs. I'm talking like good, like Cat and Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
If you can win the rebound battle, you can usually win an NBA game. Usually, I would say 75% of the time you win the game
Yeah, I would say so
is,
as
is
well.
my guess. I'm just throwing a number out there. I don't know that number exactly, but it was very much like a tunnel vision of we got to beat them, and you beat them, cool. But then you can't beat the other team who has a four, who has Pascal Siakam, who can move around really well, and some of these big guys just can't keep up. And you saw Precious Achua come in for the Knicks in that playoff game against the Pacers, and he's like a 6'8" power forward, but he moves around a little bit better, but he can get on the boards. So I could see the Knicks moving Mitchell Robinson and trying to get him more involved because he's only 25. And he only has, this is last year. He only has this is last year on his deal.
Who Mitchell Robinson is?
No, Precious Achua.
Okay.
Mitchell Robinson has another. He has this year. He has 24, 25, and so he has one more year.
So you think they get rid of Robinson and stick with Achua?
I believe so, and have Cat run the 5.
Oh wow.
I think that's better for them if they went that route. I don't know if they'll do it, but I think that, yeah, like what you suggested, if I'm the Knicks, that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't think Mitchell Robinson is. He's good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think I'd want him. If I have Cat or Mitchell Robinson, I'm gonna take Cat every
You
day.
could take
every
Cat
day,
all day.
all day,
Yeah.
twice on Sunday. Like that's not even a question.
Right.
And I think trading for Giannis isn't a great idea. He's 30 years old. So again, he's going to start. I would say in a few years, he'll start to regress. And I don't even know what his contract is currently. So if his contract is say 20, let's just say I don't know exactly what his contract is. I'll look that up in a minute. But if it's a lot of money, and you say you have him for the next 3 years, we'll just say 1 or 2 of those years isn't hampered by a decent injury because he's getting a little bit older. He's been dogged his whole career in Milwaukee. He's been the guy.
Yeah.
It's like when the running back gets 400 touches in a season. The next year, something could go wrong. Everyone looks into that.
Which happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely, I completely agree with that point. And that's why I said, like, I don't think Giannis is worth it for many of these. He might be like the best superstar available, but that still doesn't make him worth it for a lot of these other teams.
I think the big thing with the Knicks that we haven't talked about yet is Tom Thibodeau and like his coaching style with just like you said, a lot of their contracts are top heavy. Like you have all their money invested into the top 4 or 5 guys. Well, because that's the only motherfuckers who play. Like, so why do you need to pay anybody else? And maybe, I mean, I don't know. It's tough because you just made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Fire your coach and restructure some of those deals and your team to be have more depth. And I feel like they're lucky that they got that far and remained as healthy as they did. But I feel like with the depth of the Pacers and the depth of the Thunder and other teams like that, even the Celtics are a deep team. I know they beat the Celtics, but still, the Cavs, like the Knicks don't have the depth like those teams do. So I feel like that's something that they need to fix maybe to get over that hump. I don't know, or they just continue with a little bit more unorthodox method like they have been and just pray that nobody gets hurt. Although it feels like Brunson rolls his ankle every other game and has a little scare, but it never really is anything super serious.
Yeah. So I got the Milwaukee Bucks team payroll up on a tab. So obviously Giannis makes the most money at so over the next 4 years, so he just made 48 million this past year.
God damn.
He then makes 54, 58, and then has a a player option for $62 million.
Holy shit.
So someone has to take on $161 million
Oh my god.
in contract money.
Yeah.
Which is going to be tough to do.
See that?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that makes me think that he's not gonna go anywhere where he'll have a chance to contend. I feel like he'll go somewhere to a team that's stupid enough to pay him that much money, like the Nets or something.
Or he might stay right there in Milwaukee.
Or he might stay, yeah.
I mean, how much money does Dallas have?
Well, I don't know. I think you're the finance guy this episode.
Yeah.
You gotta tell us.
Damn it. All right, be right back.
Evan Moneybags Wags.
Far from Moneybags, by the way.
I mean, they must have freed up some space getting rid of Luka. You got to think they did that for partially financial reasons. Lord knows the Celtics ain't getting them.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so I got theirs pulled up. So Anthony Davis is making a bag and a half in Dallas, and this makes no sense.
More than Giannis?
$6 million less than Giannis.
Okay.
He just made 43. He's going to make 54, 58, and then 62.
Oh my God.
Damn.
That's insane.
Bro, what is going on, bro?
For a guy that is always injured.
Seriously.
So they have Kyrie, who has a player option this offseason, which he could – you never know with Kyrie, so he could just go somewhere else. He could go to like Detroit and just fuck around for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's not bad. I like that.
They have – I'm just saying a team that – granted, him and Cade wouldn't be a bad pairing, I don't think. But they have a few younger players that I don't mind. Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall, Max Christie, Derek Lively. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Also on no more than $30 million contracts total over the next, at most, 4 years. And then Klay Thompson's on getting 50 mil over the next 2 years. Over the next three.
Yeah.
He just made 15. He got 16 next year, then 17 after that. And Kyrie just made 41. He has a possible for $43 million next year.
So could they swing Giannis?
I think it'd be a very tight. It would be.
It sounds like it would be.
Giannis. Or they need to trade AD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AD would have to go. And
imagine, bro.
And you know Milwaukee would want that number 1 overall pick. They would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the only way you're getting Giannis is if you give up Flag.
Yeah, you have to give up that pick. Yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen. And now that I'm thinking about it, they're not going to get rid of that pick. So I don't think it's even going to happen.
No way.
Yeah. Nah, no way.
No chance. How about the Jazz? Let's see them on the Jazz, man. Because do they have the 2? Who has the number 2 overall pick?
The Spurs.
The Spurs. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think we talked about Giannis on the Spurs, how fucking insane that would be. him and Wemby.
That could work, honestly. But again, does that make getting rid of the second pick worth it? That scenario, I'm not too sure. I don't
mean,
think so still.
considering you have the last 2 rookie of the years, your team's young and stacked with young players, like I don't know how much you need the number 2 overall pick. If you're getting Giannis, like you don't need it so much anymore. I feel like you can live without it. Since you hit for the past 2 years, you've hit on rookies.
Right.
So looking at the Utah Jazz,
Okay.
I forgot this guy even played here. Larry Markkinen.
Yep.
Is going to make $46 million next year, 46 again the year after, 49, and then 53.
Jeez, bro. What the?
So he's guaranteed $238 million. The guy in second is at 37 million.
Yikes.
Which is Colin Sexton.
Hey, my boy.
So, granted, that would be. Well, Laura Markkinen plays power forward, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless they make Giannis play the center spot, which would be insane.
That would be insane. No,
I have
it
a
doesn't
team.
make any sense.
We're gonna do one more team. 1 minute. I'm gonna surprise you guys.
Let's see one more. I love how we started with playoffs talk and then we just kind of like pivoted into just talking about Giannis. We'll be back after this brief intermission.
Oh, dude, it's great. Oof, this one will be tough too. But I saw this one today. The Toronto Raptors.
Oh.
Okay.
A weird team that's kind of like hang out like in the middle somewhere. You know, they have the number 9 overall pick, which I think if you're gonna get Giannis Antetokounmpo, you would move the 9 overall pick for him.
Yep, for sure.
I don't think that's even a question. I think a lot of teams would say, "Here's my pick, take it." So Brandon Ingram and Emmanuel Quickly are 2 huge options. Emmanuel Quickly is going to make 32.5, 32.5, 32.5, and then 32.5 over the next 4 years. So call that about 120 mil, and then add whatever. And then you have Brandon Ingram, who's making good money, 38, 40, and then has a player option in the 2027-2028 season. So he could leave as well. I could easily see Emmanuel Quickly and Brandon Ingram both get shipped out and that pick, and then just plug in Giannis there.
I could see it. That would be a crazy blockbuster trade.
Then you have Scotty Barnes. I'm pretty sure he plays small forward for them. He's making buku bucks. It's insane. So he just made $10 million this last year. Next year starts his extension.
Okay.
He got a 5-year extension.
Yep.
38, 41, 44, 47, 51. So he's there for the long haul.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
He's 23. So he'll be 28 when this contract ends, and he'll just probably just get more money.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't get hurt.
That's the one thing. But I think the Raptors could try and make something work.
I could see it.
I think they're a little tight. The thing is, they have to move. They'll probably move Brandon Ingram before Emmanuel Quickly, is my thing.
That's kind of crazy because Brandon Ingram hasn't even played a game with them.
Really?
Because I only know this because I had him on my fantasy basketball team.
Oh no.
And he got traded mid-season from the Pelicans while he was injured. And then so he was still injured when he got traded, and he got to Toronto and was out indefinitely. They never gave any updates on it. And then I think by the time he was even close to being able to come back, they were so cooked that they were like, we're not even gonna play him. So I really don't think he even played a single game for them.
Yep.
And then they just trade him away. Would be a crazy move. Definitely crazier things have happened. I just think that's so funny. That would be hilarious.
It's possible. I mean, if you get the chance to get Giannis Antetokounmpo on your team.
Yeah.
Granted, again, we talked about his age and how much he's been worked since he came in the league at 19, 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Drafted in 2014, I'd say.
That's
so
wild.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in the league for a long time.
It's crazy that he's a veteran
he's
now.
He's been in the league for a while, not a long time. Been in the league for a while.
Yeah. No, I think whatever team he goes to, he elevates that team instantly. So
for sure.
Yeah, it just depends. It just depends how long, and the impact probably won't be as much as it was, during his prime. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes down. So that concludes our NBA portion. Go ahead, Evan.
Wait, one thing. Anthony, who you taking for Finals MVP?
We never got
to that part. We'll circle back to the end of this real quick.
All right. Let me look at the stats from the Western Finals, and I will tell you.
I mean, it's got to be.
Then
obvious.
While you look, I will say mine. I'm gonna pick two. I don't think it's gonna be Shai.
I don't think it's gonna be Shai either. For some weird reason, I just have that feeling that it won't be the best player again.
I think it'll be either. I think it's J. Will is the better of the Jalen Williams.
No, J. Dub.
Is it J. Dub?
I think so. Yeah. The one who actually plays.
One of them is going to win it. One of them is going to win it, or it's Lu Dort.
That's insane.
Yep, I agree with you. I think it's between three people. I don't think personally. Obviously, Shai is the favorite, which he very well has the greatest chance to win it. But I just have a weird feeling. I think either Jalen Williams or Chet will win the Finals MVP.
I can see Chet doing it too.
If it's not SGA, it's got to be Chet. All respect to J Dub and Lu Dort and all them, but it's gonna be SGA. If the Thunder win, which won't even happen, but it'll be if the Thunder win, it's SGA.
So,
but if anyone else,
hear me out on Lu Dort, right? I had an epiphany writing some stuff down earlier, and I was like, this works in my head so well.
Okay.
When I say it, it might not work, but we're just gonna try it. So I wrote down Lu Dort for MVP.
Yep.
He's a great defender and a good scorer. Again, he's not going to blow you away with the scoring. Don't get me wrong. But all I thought about... Wait. Oh, no, it's just me. What happened? All right, we're back. Cool.
Sorry, I wanted to give you your moment in the spotlight.
No, you're fine.
Tony turned his camera off, too.
So...
Sorry. Go ahead.
I thought back to the Warriors against, I believe that was LeBron's Cavaliers. And one name came to mind, that was Andre Iguodala. He won MVP that final for playing good defense on LeBron and just his play overall, even though LeBron averaged 30 plus. So if they put Lou Dort on Tyrese Halliburton, and he has a bad final, I could see him winning it because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that could be a thing for sure. I mean, is that why Iguodala won it way back then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Curry didn't win it. And Iguodala won it because,
Just
again,
because he shut down LeBron.
shut down LeBron, but LeBron put up like 30.
I was gonna say, well, but that's LeBron too. Like if Halliburton's not LeBron, respectfully. But I get what you're saying. I definitely think that if there's anyone that has that defensive impact, it's Lou Dort.
If you can walk in and shut him down, I think if Lou Dort walks in there and just blows Tyrese Halliburton out of the water with his defense, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's happened before, so yeah, I could definitely see it.
It's gonna take some highlight steals and blocks and some flashy stuff to draw attention to it. Honestly, but if you're going that route, honestly, I could see Jalen Williams being that guy too, because I feel like he's the type of guy who can weasel in there and get some nice highlight steals and breakaway fast break points for them too.
And that's why I said Jalen Williams as well, because I think if Shea has a few bad games, say he has 2 bad games, right? Doesn't put up more than 20, kind of just he plays good, not great. And Jalen Williams is just playing really good the whole time. They're gonna give it to him. They should.
Yeah.
Should. Well, is it gonna happen? Who the hell knows? That's why we watch.
It feels like recently everything that should happen has not been happening. So I don't know. Maybe we'll go a different way.
Maybe.
But we would love to know what y'all think down in the comments below. Who do you think's winning the finals? Who do you think's winning finals MVP? Argue with us in the comments or agree with us, or
please
tell us that we're right or wrong. We want to hear your feedback and your thoughts and opinions on this. So yeah, definitely that concludes our NBA Finals preview. I know we kind of got into some Giannis stuff there, but yeah, it's all in good fun. So this is probably gonna be a little bit of a shorter episode, but we're gonna end it off with Immaculate Grids, just like we always do.
Hell yeah!
So we're gonna pop this bad boy up in here
real quick. I have
Tony,
some
what you
bad
got?
news.
Tony, what you got? What?
I am very sorry, but unfortunately, I have to go.
What?
Yeah, it's just a family thing. Something's wrong with my mom's car, and she just asked me for a ride. I did not know until now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, gentlemen.
No,
it's all good.
You're good.
It's all good, Tony. Do what you gotta do, brother.
See you, Tony.
Well, you guys will have to kill this Immaculate Grid without me.
We'll get a dub without you. Send us your answers telepathically while you're fixing your mom's car.
All right.
I'll try and find a Dwight Freeney one in here for you.
Dwight Freeney on the Lions.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well,
all right, Tony. Thanks,
gentlemen. Thanks for making the time and everything. And
of course.
Thank you to the viewers for listening. I'll talk to you guys next week.
All right, dude. Peace out, brother.
Peace.
All right, just me and you, Ev.
All right, Ryan, let's do this.
Let's bang it out.
All right, so gotta pull up there. Sweet. All right, so
let's see. All right, we got the Pats on here. Okay, that's an advantage we have. All right.
Sure is. I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I'm ready to give up. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, one I can think of right away is Brandon Cooks for Pats Cowboys.
Good one. Brandon Cooks, boom.
Bang. I feel like we've guessed him a couple times on these.
Yeah, definitely. Dolphins, Bills, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yep. Fucking cheat code.
All right, Fitzpatrick.
Fitzy. Magic. All right.
Oh,
Shit, man, this is a tough one. I mean, 1,000 receiving yards, we should be able to do that. Does it have to be with that team?
so I was going to do that. So when paired with a team, 1,000 receiving yards must be achieved with that team in a single season.
Gotcha. Okay. So then, I mean, definitely we could put Stanley Morgan, since we know that little piece of trivia, right?
Is that Stanley Morgan? He had 1,000 yards receiving in a season for the Pats?
Well, I
Way back
know that he has the most receiving yards for any Patriot ever. So I just assume that he must have been efficient enough to have 1,000 in a season. So that's the only
What?
reason I say that. I am not 100% sure, but I know he had like 11,000. Yeah.
Sweet, we got it.
All right. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't
What a
even have a
bull.
fucking picture. And then for a
Titans, 1,000
Titan,
yards receiving. Andre Johnson?
yeah, it's got to be Andre Johnson. Did he do it with the Titans? Yeah, he must have.
Oh, no.
Fuck, dude. Damn. See, but he was washed on the Titans. That's the thing. Every Titans wide receiver is washed, bro.
Who would another
Did
Titan-
Adam Humphries ball out on the Titans or what?
I don't think he did.
This
This is a rough one.
I mean, did Calvin Ridley do it? Let's skip that one.
Let's do that one for now.
For
We'll
Dolphins,
leave that one as our empty one.
yeah. Dolphins. I mean, Tyreek. You could talk about who's the fucking guy who was like a beast. Like the first.
Beast.
I know, not specific very much there.
Dolphins?
White guy, like a crazy, like Lance Allworth or something. Am I thinking of the right name?
Lance Allworth. I know the name.
I mean, Tyreek's easy. We could do Tyreek.
Let's
just
go.
For
We already
the
got one.
sake
Ball.
of
Let's go Tyreek.
Yeah. Playing it safe now.
Yeah, I think we have to. Holy shit, 47.
And then Dolphin Cowboy.
Dolphin Cowboy.
Fucking
I got nothing.
Randy Gregory. Did he play for the Dolphins?
I don't know. Oh goodness, this is not good.
Oh man, see, Tony would have names for all of these.
Yeah,
We're really struggling without Tony's ball
Without
knowledge
Tony.
here.
Maybe
Damn.
Tony is ball knower.
Maybe he graduated from Ball Knower University.
He might have. I feel like there's an easy one for Titans Bills that I'm not thinking of.
Yeah, definitely. Shit.
DeMarco Murray was never. DeMarco Murray for Titans.
Oh, yep.
Cowboys.
There you go. There we go. All right.
Pats Bills.
I'm thinking Stephon Diggs, but obviously I don't think that's gonna count, right?
Stephon Gilmore.
Oh yeah. Hey, there we
Bills.
go. Nice.
Titans Bills. There's gotta be a wide receiver, right?
Yeah, for Titans Bills, there's gotta be.
We're missing one. Was Matt Hasselbeck was never a Bill, correct?
I don't think
He's
so.
only a Titan and a Seahawk.
Yeah, Hasselbeck was. Shoot. Who's the fucking guy who the Bills wide receiver from however long ago. I want to say his name was Andre too.
Andre Rison?
That's no. That's
Bad Moon Rison?
I don't. I have
No,
no
that's
idea.
Andre Rison. I'm pretty sure he was a Bills wide receiver.
Was he a Titan though? I've never heard that name before.
You've never heard the name Andre Rison? Dude, he's filthy.
I don't know. I'm thinking of fucking Andre Reed is the guy I'm thinking of.
Oh,
Bills wide receiver.
gotcha.
I only know him from Madden.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of a Titan 1,000-yard receiver. D Hop didn't do it. Calvin really didn't do it. Julio Jones didn't do it.
Westbrook Akine.
No way.
AJ Brown.
Oh, jeez.
Did he have 1,000 with the Titans?
He had to have. If we're wrong on this one, I'm gonna be upset. Thank
Okay.
God.
All right.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We are struggling. These are all big names.
Yeah.
I feel like there's one for the Dolphins Cowboys that I know as well. And I'm just not thinking of
There's
it.
gotta be. Was Raheem Mostert ever a Cowboy?
No. But why does Royce Freeman pop in my head?
Royce Freeman?
Yes, the running back he was a Bronco. I believe he was a Cowboy one year, and then I think he was also a Dolphin one year.
I couldn't even tell you. I don't know jack shit about Royce Freeman.
Can I rip former Oregon Duck hashtag quack pack quack quack? Can I rip Royce Freeman on this?
Feel free, man. Go for it. We already fucking screwed the pooch on this one. Go for that.
Oh, damn it. I was wrong.
Damn.
Who are we missing? I don't want to look at it. Ezekiel Elliott for Pats.
Oh.
That's so dumb.
But wait, what were we? Okay, Zach Thomas. Okay, and Fitzpatrick could have worked there too, but we couldn't have done that.
You can't usually say one twice. That's my thing. All right, we gotta try and redeem ourselves now. We gotta bounce back here. One more. We doing two without Tony?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Let's run it back. Run it back.
We'll do. That was.
Oh, that was yesterday's.
All right, we're doing today's.
All right. Yeah. Let's run it. All right. Okay. Fucking Anquan Bolden off the rip.
Bang.
Easy.
Lion Ram. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Yep. I was about to say Brandon Pettigrew, but I don't know if he played for the Rams.
Who?
Brandon Pettigrew.
Who the hell is that?
This guy doesn't even know about B-Pet.
What did he play? Tight end or wide receiver for the Lions?
I think he was tight end for the Lions.
He was a tight end. Yes, he was a tight end. Yep.
But I don't know.
In Madden 11, I did a franchise with the Lions.
Right. Our knowledge is always from obscure like Madden shit.
Yes, I think it's great.
Bro, if we get Dree Archer up in this bitch, like if any chance I can find to rip Dree Archer in the Immaculate grid, like I'm seizing that opportunity. But 10 rushing touchdowns in a season. I mean, Jamal Williams.
Carry on Johnson.
Carry on, my wayward son. Did he have 10?
We're doing Jamal Williams.
That's so safe.
That's I'm only 13%.
Because most people would probably say Barry.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Even though Jamal's like so recent, people sleep on that motherfucker.
I know Kamara did it with the Saints.
Yes, absolutely.
Because he had that 1 year where he scored 6 in a game.
I was gonna say if he had 6 in a game, there's no way he didn't have 10 in a season.
Yes.
Priest Holmes.
For where? Oh, for Chiefs.
for 10 rushing touchdowns.
We also could do did Marcus Allen have 10? He might have.
For the Chiefs, though?
Yeah, he played for the Chiefs. Marcus Allen.
Was he ever good with the Chiefs?
I don't know. I'm just saying names right now, dude.
Okay, Joe Montana's a good one.
It's safe.
Chief Ram.
Chief and a Ram? Hold off. Let's go to the Niners. Saints and the Niners. Jerry Rice was never a Saint. He was a Niners whole. Never mind, it was not a Niners whole career.
Chase Young.
Oh, good one.
Yes, sir.
We had the same birthday.
No.
Chase Young and I.
Really?
Yeah, April 14th. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you look so similar too.
Yeah, I think it's the hair.
Yeah, really. That's what really probably makes it stand out. Yeah.
Probably. Rams, Saints.
Guys, make sure to check out Allstate. All right.
Yeah, I got no free ads here. We don't do that shit. Get the fuck out of here, Allstate.
Fuck out my face. I'm trying to fucking figure out the Saints Rams.
I'm leaving that in when I cut this thing up.
Allstate, if you can't tell me the answer, if you can't tell me someone who played for the Saints and Rams, then get off my fucking screen. Fuck off, Flo.
Saints Rams. Oh wait, what?
That's progressive.
Wait, that's progressive, dude.
Same shit.
Oh goodness. Still insurance.
We're distracted.
Yeah, very.
Off our game. Saints Rams. Motherfucking.
Oh, I got Chiefs Rams.
Who?
Marcus Peters.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Beep, boop.
Goat, bro. He was fucking so goated on the Chiefs, honestly, too, but the Ravens as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. This is redemption. What the fuck?
Saints Rams. This is such a weird one.
I feel like it's a quarterback. It's screaming quarterback to me. I want to say
Saints and Rams.
Wow. That's so tough. Ooh. Brandon Cooks.
Yes.
Wait, do we say him every fucking time?
Bang.
Yes,
we're
sir.
So back.
Yes,
Dude, we're
sir.
so back. We're
Yes,
so
sir.
back.
Undefeated.
Right. See, never lost. Barry Sanders, yep. Jamal Charles. Who is Trent Green?
Trent Green. I know the name.
I definitely don't.
I forget.
Jeff Garcia, our boy with that big old forehead.
Yeah, man. So that dome is going crazy.
Yeah.
Good shit. All right, we split.
Lions
we split it.
Lions legend, Jeff Garcia.
I literally did not even know he was on the Lions ever.
Me either.
Never, ever. That's insane.
That's the whole joke, though. You gotta be like, yeah, Raiders legend, Randy Moss.
Exactly.
You know,
Titans legend.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Right, dude. I looked it up afterwards. He played like 4 games for the Lions. Like he didn't even play.
Oh my god! Season. How the fuck did you know that?
I have no idea how Tony pulled that. That's insane.
It's an insane pull.
And that's why he's the GOAT. That's why we keep him around. Honestly,
we need Tony. We bring him back.
Honestly, the show's not the same without him.
No, it's not. It's not. Couldn't do it without him. But somehow we did it.
But we did. But we somehow did.
We did it, but not great. We didn't do well.
Yeah, we would I imagine we would have gone 2-0 if Tony was here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just because he has that intangible, he's just that guy. He's got
the glue guy. He's the glue guy.
The glue guy. He's got grit. He plays the game the right way.
Yeah, for sure.
He just does everything right. He's a guy you'd let your daughter date.
Real lunch pail guy.
Gotta love him. Appreciate you guys so much for watching this episode. Love y'all. Sorry I haven't had my camera. It's kind of busted, so we're gonna fix that by next episode. Sorry for Tony's absence. All this shit. It's a little bit shorter episode, but there's not really a whole lot going on. So we brought you every bit of piece of content that we could, and we love you guys. We'll have something bigger and better for you next week, and can't wait. We will catch you guys on the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that shit. So peace.